Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of Mark Rushton Gallery. It's Friday morning, a rare morning video. Friday morning, March 3rd, 2023. And this one's called Yesterday's Book Painting, which is this. And I'm going to work on leprechauns because, it's getting to be that time of year, right? So this is the painting I did last night, book painting. What are book paintings? Well, you take an old book that's going to be thrown away or is damaged, and you paint on it, either with acrylic ink or acrylic paint. I like to apply my technique here, which is what I call kind of an abstract landscape, and a little bit of what I call the Rothko effect. And so now what I'm just doing is I'm placing it here on this this piece of cardstock, and I put a little pre-cut mat over top, just see how, because I want that dissimilarities up there. I also want the arson, burglary, perjury, shoplifting, and vandalism in there as well. So now what I'm going to do is cut off a piece of Tyvek tape, mount it, and then this weekend what I'll do is I'll photograph it, title it, get it into my Airtable database, and then put it in the Mark Rushton Gallery, where there's a whole bunch of other it's probably about 35 or 40 book paintings out there. You have to do a lot. Can't just do one. Can't just do one painting, guys. Hate to break it to you. I really like how that turned out. That was nice. So throw that on the pile. What have I been working on lately? Before we get to the leprechaun, I just want to show you what I've been working on lately. So yeah, there's last night's painting. That's nice. And then March 1st. It's just variations on a theme. And then these are not book paintings. These are acrylic ink and acrylic paint on spun bonded olefin. I made a triptych, or 3 variations of them. They're different. This one is a little bit more textural in the ground part of it here. This one's a little more smoothed over, but the clouds are pretty nice. And the cloud's really good on this one here. Very happy with that, and particularly that line there. And this is nice too. So that's what I've been working on this week. Now, what's up? I got it. So I'm going to work on the leprechaun. And what I have to do is I'm going to print that off on my Pulley printer, which is a thermal printer. I got a couple of Pulley printers. I have the original pocket printer with the little, that's cute. I've had this over a year. I really enjoy it. But then I just recently got the XL. Prints up to about 4 1/3 inches wide. So I just hold this little thing here, and then eventually it turns green. And I'm going to do some work offline here real quick. I've got my public domain leprechaun image here, which I'm going to download to the phone. It is now downloaded. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the Pulley Print app. And I got to connect. Are we connected? We're connected. I think we're connected. We go to the photos, and we're going to So I got that from an allegedly public domain site. Which one's better? Now, it's not going to print off in color. It's going to print off in black and white. So we might as well just go with black and white. But I don't know if I want to do that. That's kind of interesting. And that one's kind of interesting. I think I like this one the best. So let's take a look here. And I'll have those darks put in there too as well. Set paper width. We'll do large. And let's print it. How about that? Very nice. Shut that off. Place that over to the side. I'm thinking about everything that I need to do to this particular image. What I want to be able to do to it is kind of cut around here a little bit, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it to spun bonded olefin, and then we're going to colorize it. Now, the spun bonded olefin gives a different effect than the thermal printed paper. But let's just go and trim this up a little bit here. And I don't have to trim this perfectly or anything like that. We're just going to go yeah, just what everybody wants to see, me cutting paper, right? Cut his thumb off. Cut your thumb off, matey. Matey. It's Australian. It's Irish. Leprechauns are Irish. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. What is perfect anyway? Perfect is what somebody else does. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. And let's take a look here at the paper. Okay, so we'll do half of a sheet. All right. All right. Great. So that's ready here. I'll get this mounted here to the all right. All right, so I've got the Tyvek mounted to Masonite. And now what I got to do is prepare for surgery. That's right. I'm gonna paste this down. And because I'm pasting to spun bonded olefin, which is a synthetic product created by DuPont as a waste byproduct in the 1950s. It was formulated, patented in 1967. It's recyclable. It's mold resistant, waterproof. Did I say it's recyclable? Yes. And I don't know where you'd recycle it, but they use it for house wrap, PPE, all sorts of things. And because it's that way, you do not want to. You want to use a starch-based adhesive. That's what this is here. It's also known as Yes paste. I think it's made out of potatoes starch or something like that. Otherwise, if you use a petroleum or solvent-based adhesive, that'll ruin the spun bonded olefin. So I think he's mostly down there. Now, there will be a distinct difference between how the ink looks on the thermal printed paper here. It's essentially like receipt paper. And the spun bonded olefin. The spun bonded olefin, you'll depending on how you do it, you'll see the fibers. Whereas the receipt paper is a little more lighter in color, and it'll kind of smear a little bit, which I kind of like that. We're gonna have to go with obviously some green, and then maybe a little bit of red for the beard, or maybe orange. I get some more greens here. Oh, emerald green. Oh, that's good. Emerald green. That's very nice. So let's let's get going on this. What are you doing this one for, Rushton? I have a little book illustration project that I'm working on. And let's just make his beard kind of orange and his hair. Probably should have done the green first, but that's okay. We can do this in stages. Go have lunch and then come back, and I'll finish it up on my own. And do his suit bright green? How should I do that? Should I do a suit bright green? Yeah, why not? Yellowish green. Let's do that. Hat. I'll come back and do that as red or something like that. I think what I'm going to do with this suit think his bow tie should be red. So what I'm going to do is put down some of this green ink on his suit, and then I will lift it up with a paper towel. And that way it doesn't become so dense. All right. Let's throw in that emerald green. Do it like that. And this will smear together. It's not going to be perfect. It's not meant to be like that. I might put some additional layers on. We'll see. And I don't care if the colors mix a little bit. That's all right. Gonna play with it. So I go a little darker here on the spun bonded olefin. That'll provide emphasis. I think. Whereas you see the receipt paper here is a little bit lighter. I'll kind of color that in a little bit here. You're not very talkative today, Rushton. I'm focusing on this stuff here. Just working on it. I should move that down just a little bit. Because what I'll end up doing is once this is done, and I'll probably work on it off camera because this ink has got to dry. That's going to take some time. Is I got to scan it, crop it, all that fun stuff. Just gonna figure out what do we want to do. what we want to do, what I want to do. What do I want to do? Whoops. Should we go with, what are we going to go with there? Color should be red. Mix in a little red with the, I think maybe that should be a dark green. Mistake, we'll back up here. Okay. About his face. What about his face? He'll be kind of sketchy. That's what he'll be. He'll put a little bit of orange around the outside, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know. That's about empty. And this will be cropped out, so, you know. Just kind of a whimsical sort of fill in the color illustration thing. But his ears. His ears. His hands. They're not flesh colored. They're orange. Just kind of flesh colored. It's orange. All right. I put a little bit of white in there. I should find out like a flesh color. Something a little more flesh colored. The end of his nose needs to be kind of red, don't you think? Or orange? I think so. End of his pipe, too. Not that orange. Stick a little more red in his beard. All right, so I'm going to go let this dry. I've been playing with it for a bit, and I don't want to overdo it. I do want to leave a little bit of his face sort of fleshy, but this will take a little bit of time to dry. It's meant to be slapdash and whimsical and just fun. Public domain. So that's what you got there. Public domain image, printed on a lo-fi Puli printer. Throw on a little ink. No paint on this one here. And well, hold on here. I think maybe one more thing here. Kind of lighten it up a little bit there. Maybe. I might have to do some additional touch up with the everything there, but we're getting there. Not a big deal. All right. I don't want this to go over half an hour. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. That's a good start. I'll probably work a few more minutes on it off camera. And it'll be ready today. A little later today. Just get everything's gonna dry. Now I'll go have lunch. That's 11 o'clock. A little early for lunch. Not when you're my age. All right. Talk to you later.